Aloha, Bob Laudick here. I just wanted to do a quick video on leasing. I have so many people that come in that are very fearful of leasing, and it's really a great way to have a car. So many people fear it because they don't understand it, and they, of course, won't do something that they're not comfortable with. So I wanted to talk a little bit here this evening about why people should lease. There's lots of advantages for you, the consumer. Okay, so first of all, I don't know anybody that doesn't want to have a lower payment on their car. Leasing typically offers a lower payment. It allows you not to put a whole lot of money down, and so you're not tying up your money in a depreciating asset. Leasing also offers you advantages with including gap protection built into the Honda lease. And the gap protection will protect you if your car gets totaled or stolen and you're at a point of negative equity. That means the insurance company is not going to pay you enough for the car compared to what the payoff is. Without gap protection on a purchase, you can have thousands of dollars of negative equity that the insurance company may not cover. You need to pay off that loan. You need to come up with the money. I consider leasing a car a little more like dating it, with the option to marry whenever you choose. You don't have to wait till the end of the car to buy it, but I think it's smart to wait to the end of the lease and check out what the current market value is. At the end of the lease, there's going to be the residual, also called the lease end value, that you can buy out the car for. If the market value is lower than that, it's not a good deal. The car depreciated quicker than expected by the leasing company. And so you as the consumer have the advantage to then just hand the keys back in and pick up another car. They take the loss. A perfect example of people having large negative equity on their cars was several years ago when gas hit $5 a gallon and everybody wanted to bail out of their big SUVs. There was a tremendous supply, no demand. The prices of the cars plummeted. Everybody who had leased the cars was handing keys back in and letting the big three take the losses on those larger SUVs. It nearly put the big three out of business. Let's say at the end of the lease, the car's worth more than the residual. Then you have a decision. Do you want to buy the car at a discounted rate? Or do you want to trade the car in and use the equity? So it's a pretty good choice. Okay, so if you have upside on a lease, that means you have equity at the end of the lease compared to the residual. You get to use it. If you have downside, you don't get to take the loss. If you own the car, you own the loss. The other power in leasing also comes up dealing with accidents. If you have a large accident, either way you're going to have to fix the car with your insurance, whether you owned it or whether you leased it. But when it comes time to trade in a car and you own it and it's had a big accident, you're going to own the loss. The dealer is going to know, or the private buyer is going to know when they run a Carfax that the car has been in a big accident. If you lease the car, you can just turn it in at the end of the lease, and the leasing company owns the car that had been wrecked. You've completed your obligation. So you can see there are many advantages to you, the consumer, to lease. It offers you the most protection against potential loss. You get all the benefits of driving the car at a lower payment and no risk. I'm a huge fan of leasing, and I hope more of my clients decide to lease because it's a great way to have a car and protect yourself as a consumer. Take the time to look into leasing, and if you have any questions about leasing an automobile, feel free to contact me, Bob Laudick. I can be reached at 808-223-6124. Aloha.